Supermarkets, farmers markets, consumers, they and we are all part of one of the biggest and most saddening problems of the modern age, food waste. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, food loss and waste is defined as the edible parts of plants and animals that are produced or harvested for human consumption but that are ultimately not consumed by people. FAO found that worldwide about 1.3 billion tons of food produced for our consumption is lost or wasted per year. In order to find out how companies and consumers can combat food waste, we interviewed Roger Birwas, a developer and seller of OrgaCure, a powder that reduces pathogens and pesticides on produce and increases their shelf life.
The food waste has many aspects. It's a social, economic and cultural thing. So the issue of food waste is more about that you have during the whole supply chain from farm to fork, you have problems. You have to bring the food, what is made, to the customer's mouth. And of course you have some losses.
And how does OrgaCure figure into this issue? We asked Roger to demonstrate the powder's effects.
OrgaCure is about reduction of food waste. It purifies the whole fruit and vegetable, and then you have also a little bit a longer shelf life. And this is interesting for retail shops because it gives them more time for distribution. And we figured out that organic acid and salts would be the most promising way to do this because they are already approved by the EFSA European Union. And then we said, okay, how we can mix this in a way that it has some beneficial effect.
We also asked Roger about his best tips for reducing food waste in the household.
You should have a really not so much in your fridge, really to look, okay, I don't need to buy something, think about what is actually in the fridge.
After our interview at OrgaCure, we decided to pay a visit to Hotspot, a local health food restaurant where chef Sander Lenzeling cooks organic and sustainable food.
What I think is, generally, it's especially in the Western world, we are spoiled. Okay. That's the whole thing. You know, if we got a carrot in the fridge and it feels a little bit soft, you throw it away. But if you think about it, oh no, you can do so many things with it. And I think we must be more creative. Sustainability, that's the whole thing. You know, so we make X kilograms of this stuff, and it'll be gone at the end of the week, or it's going to be sold, or we eat by ourselves because it's a little amount. So there's not enough to throw away because we're going to use it again. Near Rotterdam, and they're the food auction. What happens over there is like everything doesn't get sold, like create some pallets of grapes or whatever. They got two choices: throw it away, or give it away to benefit organizations. But the problem is sometimes there's so much waste, then they call us. So we can pick it up at the distribution point, and that's how we work.
They also gave us some tips on why going to the market can be so useful for everyone.
To the market sometimes, you know, after 5, if you gotta be, like, especially for students, you know, it's like 10 kilos of tomatoes for €1, yeah, perfect. Yeah. And that's why projects like this are really important for young people, for people from 10, 11, 12 years old. Yeah. Because if they see this, they're going to take this experience for the rest of their lives. And also, what I'm going to teach them now, there are no problems, there are no solutions also with food, you know. This is what we have, you know. It's also kind of mentality.
Intrigued by the information that we had gathered from Roger and Sander, we decided to talk to Josephine Engel, the marketing coordinator of Erasmus University's Make a Difference Day, in order to find out how students can get involved in promoting sustainability and reducing food.
The Make a Difference Day is an event to raise awareness about sustainability, which also includes, of course, food waste. We will present a case competition from one or three different companies, and about 20 to 60 students are going to solve this case competition. The finalists are going to be invited to the Sustainability Forum in April, where they can present their cases, their solutions to a broader audience and also in front of a jury.
For all those who want to get involved in stopping food waste, we recommend that you browse through OrgaCure's website, pay a visit to Hotspot, and mark your calendars for Make a Difference Day this spring.